Hi everyone. Let's take a look at the Thieves Gallery that just dropped on D&D Beyond. This is from the movie Honor Among Thieves, so there'll be spoilers here, so come back after you watch the movie if you don't want to be spoiled, although they look like they're pretty minor spoilers if there are any. I think there's a few things in here that might be kind of previews for what's coming in 1D&D and some that are slightly different than what we've seen already in some of the playtest material. So let's take a look at this preview. It's pretty interesting. I just downloaded this from D&D Beyond into a PDF, and we're going to go through it here. The NPCs you can include in your D&D campaigns. We got these 6 NPCs. Actually, there's one more not shown in this group here, which we'll see down below. A lot of the weapons and stuff they use have some extra features that's not part of the weapon, as I described there. And we're right into the first NPC. So we got Doric. That is the tiefling. Doric is from the Neverwinter Wood and a Circle of the Moon Druid and a member of the Emerald Enclave. Nice image there. I'll make some tokens for these and put in the description below, links to them in the description below, so you can grab them if you want to use them in a game you're running. Okay, I'm going to be comparing like their hit points and attack modifiers and damage and such to what would be expected for creatures of their challenge rating. And I'm taking this from Forge of Foes, the new Kickstarter that Teos and Mike and what is his name? I think Steven. Let me double check here real quick so I don't get this wrong. The Forge of Foes, Scott. Sorry, Scott. So here we have Doric, and Doric is challenge rating 5. 104 hit points is pretty strong for challenge rating 5, pretty high. And for Druid, I'd expect them to be probably around the middle of whatever hit points should be for that. And the hit points for that from Forge of Foes is 80. So strong by like 20 hit points there. Now for damage, 2 attacks, Claw or Sling, can replace one with spellcasting. The modifier should be about +7, so +6, +7 is pretty good. The damage for challenge rating 5 should get up to 35. So with 2 attacks, way low on the damage. That could be beefed up a lot. Spells, Cure Wounds, Entangle, Fairy Fire, Thunderwave, some good spells there. Speak with Animals at Will. Be Sense at Will, Animal Messenger at Will, that's strong. Bonus action to change shape 5 times a day. I bet that's only going to be proficiency bonus times per day, actually, in the playtest. Challenge rating 3 or less, Beast. Of course, we've seen the playtest for Druid, and it's a completely different stat block. And then into an owlbear, of course, to match what's in the movie. This is interesting. She keeps her current hit points and her current hit point and her hit point maximum. So, like the playtest Druid, no getting the monster's hit points, which is, I guess she can be a beast with, she can be a fly with her 110 hit points. And then she has Fiery Rebuke, which is regular for a tiefling. So that is what is her Doric. Then our next NPC. Edgin Darvis, this is Chris Pine's character, once a member of the Harpers. So not a Harper anymore. 110 hit points, so that's strong for challenge rating 5, which Edgin is. 2 attacks with his lute or short sword. Should be +7 here, it's slightly low. The damage is about right though. 17 points times 2 would be 34 damage, which is right on 35, so that's about right for damage. He's got this strong feature. I'm surprised it's seemingly at will. I don't see any usage limits to it. 3 creatures he can see, 15 wisdom save or 10 psychic. So that's 30 damage to 3, split among 3. And disadvantage on next attack. So that's pretty strong. The damage, though, is a save negates, so a little weaker that way. He has some spells, Friends, Message, Charm Person, Disguise Self, Suggestion, nothing too big. His inspiring words work just like a bard does currently. So that is, again, Chris Pine's character. Then we got one of the villains is Forge Fitzwilliam, Audacious Criminal, and Hugh Grant's playing him. Nice image there. His hit points for challenge rating 8, he should be around 125 hit points, so slightly low. Not terribly low, but slightly low. He has a double cross feature, which if he hits a creature friendly to him with an attack roll, the attack is automatically a critical hit. That's I wonder when the creature knows he's no longer should be friendly to him when the attack is coming or after it's already hit him. Multi-attack, 2 daggers, 2 heavy crossbows. Modifier to hit's a little low. Damage is right on though. 28 points damage twice is just right. Here's an interesting look at what they might do with the rogue's cunning action. So we know that rogues and Tashas have steady aim, where they give themselves advantage. Here they do it with a cunning action, or he does it with a cunning action. It's interesting. I like that. Okay, then we got Holga Kilgore. Holga is a member of the Uthgard elk tribe. There's Olga's imaging, elk tribe symbol there. 120 hit points is a little strong for challenge rating 5, but as barbarian, you'd expect a little bit there extra. It's funny, she has halfling as a language. Her dark steel great axe gives her resistance to the lightning damage. She gets 3 attacks with it or an improvised weapon. Modifier hits about right. Damage is a little bit low. 3 times 10 will only be 30, a little bit low. You'd think a barbarian would be on the high side, so maybe that should be like 15 per hit. And with a bonus, she can shove, so that's cool. Then we got Simon Amar. I don't know how you pronounce that. Amar, I think. Descendant of an elf and Elminster. Sorceress, wild magic, so that's probably a lot of fun in the movie. 99 hit points for challenge rating 5 is actually a little strong, and you'd expect a sorcerer to be a little bit on the weak side. Bag of holding, 2 pairs of sending stones. Does that mean he's got 4 or 2? Deathly token, giving him his Speak with Dead, which we see in that preview. I'll put a link to the preview below. When he takes 20 or more damage, it fires his wild magic. And also, if he rolls a 6 when he tries to cast a spell on a d6, or a 1 on a d6, it fires his wild magic. So that's much more often than a normal sorcerer would have. 3 quarterstaff for cast bolt attacks. The quarterstaff attack rolls much low, but he should be doing cast bolt anyway. And the damage is right, though. His spells, he's got that special Speak with Dead with his Deathly Token at will. Ha, interesting. Big Beast's Hand, I think we see that in the preview of the movie. Mirror Image, Fog Cloud Mage Armor. You see some sort of like circlet attack. I don't see that in there at all. And maybe a shield spell preview, Sheltering Shield. It's quite a bit different though than shield spell, so I'm not sure. But if he sees him or another creature within 10 feet would take damage, he can put a 10-foot radius sphere, magical force center on himself, and creatures inside have resistance to the damage that triggered this reaction. Doesn't say how long this lasts. Is it just that one damage? To the damage, not the damage type. Yeah, probably just that one damage. And is it all types of that damage? Might be. Interesting. There's the image for him. Okay, so Fina the Wizard, Red Wizard of Thay, Necromancy, one of the main villains, obviously. And Sophia's challenge rating 15, so her hit points are a little bit low. Should be around 230. So 161's a little low. She is a wizard, but I'd see, probably around 200 would be better. I'm not sure if this is maybe a mistake, damage vulnerability. I think that should be probably damage resistance, not vulnerability. And then we have down here magic robes, 3 necrotic strikes. The attack modifier is about right. The damage is about right, even as high as it looks. She can do like a mini meteor swarm, doing like half the damage of a 9th level meteor swarm. I think we see that in the preview of the movie. Finger of Death, Time Stop, pretty powerful stuff. And this one, of course, being not a spell, is not counterable, although we haven't seen what they're going to do with counterspell yet. So she can also summon a Wraith once per day. It's a bonus action, so do that and cast spells. Then we got Zank Yendar, raised in the nation of Thay, Oath of Devotion Paladin. Here's the image for Zank. I hope there's some clean pictures here, like without the background stuff. That'll make it easier to make tokens for them. I haven't seen any yet, though. Zank is challenge rating 10, so should be around 155 hit points. He's got 157, so that's right on. And he gets 3 attacks plus a flourish or a cleansing touch. His attack modifiers are right. The damage is slightly low, but when you add the flourish at the end, it makes it about right. And then the cleansing touch regains 27 hit points. Benefit of less restoration. And here's his aura of protection. So I wonder if we'll see this in the Paladin. Right now, that's the Paladin aura, just like it was in 5e in the 2014 Player's Handbook. This would be slightly less for a high charisma Paladin. Advantage is like equivalent to about +3 or +4. So, I mean, he would be +3, but any party with a high level Paladin's probably sporting +5 there. So this would be toning down that, which it needs to be toned down a little bit at the high end for sure. And it wouldn't stack with other things that give you advantage. So it can't, you're not getting all these different modifiers and advantage. So I like that. I hope they do something like that for the Paladin. And that's it. That is the Thieves Gallery. So let me know what you think of these guys in the description down below. I'm going to make tokens for each of them, and I'm going to put links to the tokens in the description down below as well. Look for that sometime soon. Can't promise it'll be today, but sometime soon. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you next time.